What's the quiz? As usual, we're gonna start a shoe cam for our closeout show. This is season 4, final episode, closeout show. After this, it's holidays and then nationals, but this is it for season 4. So for my shoe cam tonight, I just got on my gray boots, which went really good with my green dress, but y'all know with the green screen, I had to find something in my trunk, throw it around my shoulders, but it looks cute, so it works out. And I had green lipstick, but I had to take it off too. It's all good, it looks cute. All right, so final episode, what we talking about this episode, we are talking about Team USA and how they just landed in Israel. So excited for those girls. We're talking about coaches' report cards and so much more. So let's get started with our first hot topic, which is, did you know that, yes, we have a Team USA flag football team, but did you also know that there is a Team USA women's tackle team? A lot of people didn't know that, but yes, there is. And they announced their new coach, and who is going to lead them in the 2022 World Games, and her name is Callie Brown. So congratulations to Callie Brown, the new coach. That's a lot resting on her shoulders. It's going to be super exciting just to see who makes the team, how it goes, and everything like that. So what we know about Callie is this. She is a graduate of GMU. She's an alumni. So it's a GMU alumni. She is the chief of staff for the Cleveland Browns women in football. She has a dog, cute little dog too. And then she actually played on the Team USA women's tackle team in Canada where they won gold. So this isn't a woman that doesn't have experience or doesn't know what she's doing. It's going to be super exciting to watch her coach. And I think we're going to try to get an interview with Callie, and what we want to know during that interview is what you guys want to know about Callie so that we can get that interview and then ask the questions that you all want to know. Again, congratulations to Callie Brown. She is the new coach for the 2022 U.S. women's tackle team. All right, next hot topic. There has been a lot of buzz around one of the strongest teams in the league who is known for sticking together. This is a team that literally took a year off and still came back super strong with all their players. But now, is the boat rocking at Arsenal? Is Arsenal still together? Are they still a team? So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Funny thing is, yesterday I actually ran into one of their veteran players in the mall. We were just in the mall. And I just asked her this question, and she said, yes, we are still a team. Some of the Arsenal players have gone and are looking at other teams, which is what caused people to speculate, are they going to break up as a team? But she said, yes, they're still a team. And some people and maybe some coaches from there are leaving, but the foundation is still going to stay. So that's what we have on the rumor reports about Arsenal. All right, y'all, so let's go into our first segment, Team USA Women's Flag. So if you have not heard, Team USA Women's Flag are in Israel right now. They landed today. Congratulations to all of those ladies. And they are, let's talk about Team USA Women's Flag. So congratulations. So they are Joanne Overstreet, Mariah Gearhart, Kisa Lanford, Vanita Crotch, Shanika Agar Komik, Nadia Bibbs, Delia Archery, Ashley Wisnot, MK Bulla, Michelle Roku, Cassandra Bills, Megan Majors, Rebecca Krabs. So congratulations, y'all. We can't wait to see what you do. Yeah, what do you think about Team USA, Dwayne?
I think it's dope. I think that girls and guys flag football are.
I can't hear you.
I said I think it's dope. I think girls and guys flag football being on Olympics, stage is big. I'm glad that they are afforded the opportunity, and I hope in the future that some of our players are more recognized for things of that such nature. So I think Atlanta is very a hotbed of talented young athletes, and hopefully sooner rather than later, women's and men's flag football is recognized.
Yeah.
Through Atlanta.
Yeah, there is a men's team. So there are a men's team, and one of the things that we definitely talked about on one of the shows, and One thing that's not the most popular thing here in Atlanta, but something that's got to become more popular is fives. So fives is where, basically you have to play fives in order to be considered for the team. So yeah, that's one of the bigger things that we have to start doing here in Atlanta more for us to be considered for those teams, because you have to play fives. That's something that Law talked about. Him and Nate, that's one of the requirements. So I know eights is popular here, but I'm sure fives will. So congratulations to them. They're gonna be playing other countries, France.
But this is my question. I want to know your who, why to me, and this is just me just being honest. I've been playing flag football for over 19 years.
Yeah.
I'm right around 19 years, and the exposure is definitely big, and I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad that it's being done. But for those individuals or whoever's picking the team to say that, fives is where or like a requirement, you know what I'm saying? And, who, like you said, what are their credentials? Like I like how you gave the credentials for the women's tackle coach, you know what I'm saying? And that made sense. So for this person who is, picking this team, what are their credentials? And if it's, rooted in five, then I definitely understand that. But I'll say in general that, when I learned about flag football, I learned about eights.
Yeah.
And not to say that, eights, to me, it still is the most popular, it translates everywhere because, I started in eights, but I've played all, from 9 all the way down to 5, you know what I'm saying, and was able to do it successfully. So to say that 5 is the standard, that to me would be weird because
and I do not know the answer to that. Let me just be, very transparent. I don't know the proper answer to that, but I will definitely ask Nate, and I'm gonna ask Law just because they know more than I do.
Yeah.
But here's my perspective on that. I think the perspective is, even when you think about the highest level of football where guys are making multi-millions of dollars, the NFL, but only in America is that like really huge like that with quote unquote football. So I think that when you talk about a worldwide scale, I think when we're talking about playing women around the world, and I guess you can't totally say that because they have the tackle league, but I think in order to play more of the world, it has to be something that's not all that contact, more skilled, which is
So
all right, we're gonna move on from that, and I'll just do a follow-up on that. But the next thing we're gonna do is it is now time to give out the report cards. This is the advanced placement class of ShaunaXO, the podcast. All right, so basically in this segment, what we do is we are gonna go through each coach and each team and give their coach a report card grade. So just like in grade school, A through F. So let's get started. First up, we're gonna start with AOA, Coach Nook. All right, so basically with Coach Nook,
Nuke, come on, go and get him. Don't mess his name up, Nuke. I got you, Lee. Or just call him Lee. Either one.
Lee. All right, so Coach Nook, basically Nook, he came into the league. He brought in a lot of women that have never played. He put on a player or two who had played, but they made it to the championship for the pro division based on their record. They went 5-5 their first year, and those girls played some good games. I think he did a great job, and I gave him a B+. A bunch of people.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna go next to If You Know, You Know, and that is Coach Herman. They went 5-5 this season. For me, I do agree with other people. I feel like he has an all-star roster. They did have now with their all-star roster, and I know like when Lisa was here, she made it clear, like, listen, we had to rebuild our team. We didn't get no breaks. They did have a little bit tougher schedule than everybody. They played Bama twice in one season. But however, I still expected them to do really, really well with their roster. They went to Lynn Lewis, they did good. But I gave him a C+.
Wow.
because I think Coach Herman is,
and Justin.
He came on the podcast. He said, "I'm a top coach. I'm a this. I'm a that." So I feel like, and I like Coach Herman.
So 500 in a tough league with playing a schedule for the most part.
They went for an A schedule.
Okay.
I want to point that out.
Okay. And you said C.
Yes, because he's Coach Herman. He's going to be held to a higher standard.
Yeah.
Arsenal, Coach Craig. They went 6-4 this season.
Yes.
They actually beat the Tigers, which was a rival for.
They did.
I feel like they had good potential to do more than 6-4, but I still gave Coach Craig a B. All right, next we're gonna go to Lady Warriors, Reggie. Now we all know that Reggie in the men's field is a straight beast. Their record this season was 5-5. I feel like, because I have again,
Did they play an A schedule this year?
Not an A schedule, B schedule.
Okay.
Just a straight schedule.
Okay.
They went 5-5. They beat the Rebels this season, so that's a really good.
That is a good team. They did win Lynn Lewis, so
a big win. And the Rebels, right? They are the champions for Lynn Lewis this season. I've worked out with the Warriors. I feel like they have so much talent, and I feel like they are going backwards. Only because I expected them to be in that championship game this season, and they were not. So I'm gonna have to give Reggie a C+. We're gonna go to prime time next. Prime time. They went 7-3. They defeated Bama for the championship. They're not even a team that's been together for a long time.
Okay.
And then they beat Bama to win the championship. A+. Coach Red.
I'm saying they.
Coach Red. Their record this season is 0-10. Yeah. I don't give out Fs in this class, but I'm gonna say D-. 0-10. There's a little bit of credit there for actually getting those girls together every week and bringing them out, but I'm gonna say a D- on that one.
No, I know, but I think that they should make special exceptions because let me say this, I think that would help him build a team, because I think that let me say that it's hard for players to keep coming out there, even if they love the game, for 0-10 every year or 1-10. Yeah. So giving him a more favorable schedule can help him build cohesion. That's all I'm saying.
And maybe the league will do that next year. Maybe they will have A and B because that's what's really going to help teams get better. So, NTB went 1-9.
1-9.
But you know what? They went to the championship still and got to the championship game. For them to get to the championship game, nobody expected NTB to be there. Nobody expected them to be the Warriors. So I definitely gave them a solid B. I'm like, that's great. Okay, APOC, Coach Jimmy. For me, they didn't finish the mission. They didn't finish the mission. And I will say this. I looked at APOC's schedule, too. They did go 10-0 this season. I did get a chance to look at their schedule. I do feel like they didn't play necessarily. I think splitting the league next year, A, B division is going to help because APOC didn't play the strongest schedule. You know what I mean? Like the prime.
Say it again. What'd you say? Say it again. They didn't play the what?
Strongest schedule.
But you said nobody picks their schedules. They just randomly pick them. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. The league says.
Well,
the league says.
Before you.
But I gave it a B+. They still made it. They did do 10-0 with that schedule, but I say a B+.
Coach Jimmy, things.
I'm gonna disagree with you when it comes to that specific team because that team is a team full of heavy hitters, which you have to be able to adjust.
She's special.
Nah.
She's definitely special.
I think what you're saying is relevant to a team like Bama, Rashida being out. That is a big factor.
Or let me say this. Or the rusher, the little.
That's cool, but this is 8 women. No one monkey runs the show. I agree with Coach Red on that when he said that, and I don't agree with it. I think
special talent.
Special talent is cool, but special talent is nothing without the rest of the team.
So let me say this. What was the score in the APOC game?
Score for who?
For APOC versus they lost to Tigers, right?
Yeah, it was.
What was the score?
Differential.
Special.
Doesn't matter.
That's all I'm saying. No, let me say this.
We can talk about Lynn Lewis and the scores at Lynn Lewis. APOC versus Bad Girls. APOC versus Capital Punishment. I understand that you are an APOC fanner, but when you
listen, you know who listen.
Winning the show.
Let me say this. Okay,
we finna get off APOC. We gotta keep keep moving.
Okay, keep moving. Because I like individual players. I don't like teams.
All right, so the Stallions, they went 4-6 this season. They won the championship division for comp. I'm going to give Coach Gates a B.
Okay. Oh, see, you being nice, and I'm gonna be extra nice, Gates. You really, to me, played an A schedule, and to go 4-6, that's tough for a B League team because they're definitely still a B team. So to go 4-6 with some, against they played a tough schedule. They played all the heavy hitters. At least when I seen it, from what they're seeing.
You sound stupid.
Atlanta's a B League. We have 2 A teams in this league. Let's be honest. We
Correct.
have 2 A teams out of 16, 15.
Correct.
So, to me, the Stallions with their talent, I feel like I thought they were going to do better than their record. I feel like the Stallions had some games where they messed themselves up. I didn't feel like the Stallions, I feel like they had some games like that. So I expected them to go pro, but they fell comp because of their record. So I really wanted to see the Stallions in pro. But when they went comp, I don't know one person who did not expect them to win comp, like win the whole thing. Not one person at all. So that's the Stallions, and that's Gates. Next, we're going to go to Coach Donnie with the Atlanta Storm. They went 2-8 this season. And she went through a rebuilding process. I gave it, and I like you, Coach Donnie, I do. I gave it a C- though, just in their games and how they play.
A C- after they stole her quarterback?
They did steal a big piece. They stole a
Great
big piece.
job, Donnie. Great job, D. B+, man.
They
stole a man, the receiver. Hold on. And they lost their slide. Both of their slides. Lyric and the little
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah.
They did.
Come on now.
They did. But you know what?
See?
But we're used to Coach Donnie coming back every year.
She does.
Winning the championship. Even with
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say stealing, because you can't steal anybody's.
Yeah, nah, you right. You right. But you can persuade. Like if
You have 2 years in a row, she won the championship. So I think, again, the expectation is probably unfairly high for her.
All I'm saying, man, they stole Matt Ryan and they sat him on the bench retired. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying no more.
All right, we're moving on to the Tigers. Coach Milton, this year they went 8-2. They did lose to the Rebels, but they came back and what? They lost to the Rebels, which was a very interesting game. They lost to Arsenal during the season. But, man, their story, they lost a lot of their players, too, which, again, we're not even really taking that into facts this season because everybody did. But for them to come back and to win the championship, they beat one of their bigger rivals, APOC. I gave him an A+. It's a heck of a story.
Hey, man, y'all may don't like milk, but I say this, man. All right. In the tournament, in James' tournament, in Halloween Havoc, right?
Uh-huh.
And listen, he a good coach, dog. I give him his team to go 8-2 and to be the co-champions, even though the lights went out. So James and Mashonda owed them a game, but that's besides the point. Great. Yep. Co-champion.
All right, so we're going to go next to Bama Fire. Bama Fire, 10-0. And they played they played a regular schedule, 10-0.
Regular schedule.
Which is fine. They just didn't finish the mission, but those
didn't finish the drill.
Hard, and
their best player was hurt. Go ahead and say that.
Rashida being out is
she was hurt. The best player, special. You don't want to say she's special though.
Listen, right. Rosen Toast is a really good player, and she's a really
You put the ball in the air. It's over, okay?
Yes.
Special, okay?
No, Roasting Toast is great. Listen, but Roasting Toast can't go nowhere if that line ain't holding for that quarterback to get her that ball. And then if they come down on Roasting Toast, some other receivers got to step up, and which they do. People don't talk about the six, but she steps up a lot.
I agree. She dropped a lot too. They played the whole second half, right? Without Rashida, right?
A-. What did you
I team, so A+, man.
We're
Lane
going
A,
to Rebels
A plus.
next. And if y'all are listening in live, you are listening to podcast producer Dwayne.
Billy, I got you on the line, and we about.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go to the Rebels next. Now the Rebels, they went 6-4 this season. They did take a loss to the Warriors early on. I feel like the Rebels had a lot of high anticipation around them, a lot of high pressure around them to perform and have a great season this season. They did win Lynn Lewis. They did defeat the Tigers. They went 6-4. I gave them a solid B.
Hey,
And that's more than Billy.
great season, Rebels.
Great season, Rebels. So next we're gonna go to Lady Elite, Coach Duncan, and Coach Jamal. Lady Elite had a really interesting season this season. They actually went 10-0. They defeated the Black Mamas during the season, and they literally fell short at the championship game in the last minute of the game. Literally in the last minute of the game, Black Mambas used Danny, who was literally an all-around player. Like, honestly, if I had to grade every player that I've looked at, and I've seen this girl live, Danny is, I'm going to say not probably, but Danny is the best all-around player in the women's league on the East, probably in the nation. The girl is sick. So Danny threw the ball up as a quarterback. She threw it up to Melissa, who is like, I want to say Melissa she gotta be 7 feet tall. And at the end of the day,
Light-skinned.
had three receivers on. I mean, they had 3 defenders on her. They
she be monster.
They couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
Black Mama scored in the last minute to win the championship.
So what do you
Give him an A- because he missed the championship game. You agree?
I agree with the A-.
Coach Duncan, Coach Jamal, we expect to see y'all. It's gonna be exciting at Nationals. It's gonna be exciting.
Exciting.
Then we have
Quadruple her next time.
I know you're gonna put like 8 people on her. 919 Chaos. Coach Q. Let me tell you, Coach Q went 10-0 in his season. He literally challenged himself, undefeated. Came over here to Atlanta, played in Halloween Havoc.
I met 909, Coach.
Man,
y'all girls.
Good. But at the end of the day, they didn't finish the mission.
Didn't finish the trip. B plus. I'm gonna go.
All right, Lady Trojan.
A-. No A. A-.
I gave you a B plus.
A-.
8-2 in their league. Lady Trojans. At the end of the day, championship Sunday.
Championship or bust.
They had to play
Any given Sunday.
Chaos. And
lights didn't go out.
The team that's 10-0
Oh my
and they won
gosh.
that. So I literally said an A. A.
A.
Yes, that's Coach Fly. Hey,
Coach Fly. Hey, Coach Fly. A.
Coach Fly.
I second that.
Yeah. Lastly, for our coaches' grades in this AP class of women's flag football, we have the Black Mamas, Coach Rick Fobbs.
Rip Fobbs.
Man.
Oh, Fobbs.
I mean, a team that went 9-1 for the whole season to go into the championship game playing the one team the whole season that they lost to, for the game to be so tight, to come down to the wire, for them never to give up. They have 1 minute left and they're down. And for him to still come up with some kind of like scheme, and I'm not going to say scheme, but play to win the game. And for the championship, this is their 11th championship in a row. A plus. Very clear that they are the ones that made up this name, Coach Brent, who y'all know he wants all the smoke over there. So Carolina United team made up these names, aka Coach Brent, which is the last person we're going to give a grade to before we close out, because he said he wants a grade too. He wants a grade too. Coach Brent, Mouth of the South. I think his
Shockwave alum. I'm with.
when it comes to running his mouth, bringing hype around the women's league, he gets an A plus for that portion. When it comes to coaching, as far as his women, and after seeing these girls at Lynn Lewis, I feel like those girls really want to play fives, non-contact, and I wasn't really super impressed. So I'm gonna say a C up in there. So maybe he can fall somewhere between a B. ShaunaXO, and it has been an amazing season. I want to say thank you so much to everybody that made this season happen, from every co-host, Kia, Key, Butter. Shouts out to obviously the most amazing producer in podcast, producer Dwayne. And if y'all want to borrow the producer, you guys can just hit him up for your own production. But Amos the Light, Low, and everybody else who I'm totally forgetting, thank y'all so much. This has been a great season 4. I'm your girl ShaunaXO, Flag Football Podcast, where girls change from heels to cleats, and we are out for the season. Happy holidays, y'all. Bye.